I love God. Anyway, welcome. I'm April. Welcome to your July 29th through August 4th energy update and Akashic Records rant. As you guys know, I'm an Akashic Records reader. I'm God-led. I love me some God. And as you also know, I use the Akashic Records as being this vibratory plane that has the information that allows us to access certain aspects of our soul so the light of God can come through more and we can live in alignment in our purpose, have more self-acceptance, self-love, healthy relationships, release trauma. Like the Akashic Records is here to really help us step into our truth, ultimately. I love helping people navigate and to learn the Akashic Records the way that their soul is authentically meant to learn it. And if you are interested, go down to the description below. You'll see that I have courses. Our next Akashic Records course is coming up in November. Also, if you want to dip your toe and get your feet a little wet, you're not sure if you want to go the full Monty on the Akashic Records, but you want to develop your intuition, I have a ton of content, ton of intuition development content in my membership. And we also meet live every Thursday night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. I think it's either this week or next week, I'm teaching how to never get psychically attacked ever. So there's stuff like that, there's Reiki meditations, and the group is badass. We have a really good time. So let me go ahead and tune into July 29th, Monday. Let's see what's going on there. It is today. I'm getting the energy of feeling like a cloud has lifted for a lot of intuitives. There's a cloud that is lifting, there is an opening, but it did come with a purge. Like there was a bit of a purge this weekend, but Monday today is feeling like major upliftment, major awakenings, perceiving the truth at a whole new level, seeing the pureness of it all in a whole new level. And so as a collective is developing their spiritual gifts of discernment, you're going to notice that we don't put up with certain things anymore. Like our value system is changing, how we perceive ourselves is changing, how we perceive romantic relationships, our communication, everything is changing. And there is this sense of like just feeling a lot of self-love and understanding of self and knowing who I am that's coming in. And so things that you kind of just didn't really even recognize was something that you let kind of in your field or in your life, you're starting to recognize that there's zero tolerance. Like you have zero tolerance for not doing things that are exactly for you and your growth and for love, joy, truth, freedom. So really big energy Monday. There's a lot of impactful energy on Monday. What are we not aware of for the Monday, July 29th? A lot of you might be also feeling like you're recovering. Like there was a lot going on this weekend on the subconscious level. Maybe some of you didn't recognize it, but everyone's processing a ton of subconscious energy. So some of you might feel like a little low energy, that you're recovering, but you're feeling optimistic and you're feeling good. Let me go ahead and see what the collective higher self has to say about Monday, July 29th. Brush it off. Let's go. So I'm getting like, it's not a long recovery. It's going to be quick. You're going to feel inspired that you brushed off some excess and you're like, let's go. I'm ready to take this life on in a whole new level with a whole new energy. Let's do it. Wow. I'm really I like today. I'm recording this on Monday. I, just like everybody else, processing a lot physically, mentally, and spiritually on Saturday and Sunday for myself. So I took some time off. Let's go ahead and go to Tuesday, July 30th here. seeing a rope. What does the rope represent? I'm seeing the rope kind of fringing, kind of getting thinner as it, and then something breaking. Okay, what does that represent? Walking a thin line. We're running out of time. Okay, what does that represent? Everything's in riddles today. This is more about the world and companies, people that have power over other people. It's like, get your act together. That's what it sounds like and feels like. It's like, get your act together. There's only so much time that you are allotted until there starts to be the energy of the rope breaking, where there's going to be no ground to stand on. You won't have a chance to redeem yourself. So I'm picking this up as more of like a warning to people that are in power, and it's asking for you to find ways to use your power to help others, to love yourself, to create wholeness, abundance for all. We're on shaky ground. That's what Tuesday energy, I'm going to go ahead and see for intuitives and for empaths, just kind of what Tuesday feels like, because that feels like more of a events that are occurring in the world. It's almost like events for Tuesday. It's like you have a chance to reflect. If you have power, you have a chance to reflect on Tuesday. You can make quick changes, but if you don't see them and you don't see what you're doing is going to cause major disruption, the rope is eventually going to break, and it's going to break soon. And it might, for some companies or some people that are in power, there might be some sort of break in how production is being ran, or some of their stuff might decline again. Tuesday's intense for that. For intuitives, empaths, and sensitives, people who are connected, even if you're not aware that you're connected, there is a little bit of a flow going on. I'm seeing kind of like a dreamlike state, and this is bringing up the information that I was receiving earlier, that our dreams are processing a lot of our subconscious healing. We're healing our subconscious through our dreams right now. We're filtering, we're organizing, we're bringing things to completion in our dreams. And it's interesting, even if you don't think you dreamed, you did dream. It's okay. Like, even if it seemed like there was a blank slate all night, there's still things being processed. It's even deeper than we know. And what I'm getting is there's a lot of spiritual dialing up, a lot of spiritual awakening dialing up happening. It's like we're getting sprinkled on, like, okay, this needs to be a mass collective shift. Here's the sprinkles. It's time to wake up. It's time to show up as spiritual warriors, if you will. But we're on Tuesday, we're going to feel a little bit like we're in a dream state, because it's almost like the processing doesn't stop from the dreams, that we have to be in somewhat like a dreamlike state in order to continue to receive the healings and the information and the organization. It's Tuesday. Okay. What are we not aware of on Tuesday? And then any advice? Actually, Tuesday is a great day to manifest. If you're trying to call or summon things into your life, you first want to check in with what are your motivations and bringing that into your life. The more that these motivations are inspired to bring God's energy into your life and into other people's lives, the more direct the manifestation will become. If you're geared towards, making money, bottom line, you might notice you'll get it, but it's going to come with all these repercussions. So a lot of big energy and a lot of magnification happening on Tuesday with the energy. So if you put your manifestation practices into use this week, Tuesday is one of the biggest days that you can manifest. There is almost like a very direct bridge between spirit world and physical world that day. And then I want advice. Because I feel like Tuesday's a big day. I want some advice. Focus more on your intuition that day. There are days where it's like, okay, it's time to use our brain. It's time to be human. This is the day to kind of be above the world. Like, sit in your channel, sit in your intuition, sit in the connection with God. Enjoy that energy, bask in that energy. A lot of what's happening down here has a vibration, and it wants you to maintain a high vibration while this is all occurring on Tuesday. This also feels like a continuation energy, so it doesn't feel like it's just going to stop on Tuesday. It feels like it's going to keep reoccurring. All right, let's go ahead and go into Wednesday, July 31st here. Woo! Wow. Okay. I'm seeing a triangle. Why am I seeing a triangle? It's almost like you're going to see your life from 3 different angles, and those angles are going to bring balance, harmony, and understanding. Balance, harmony, understanding. Not everything that you're going to see is going to be something that you want, but your perception, your ability to see truth is deepening on Wednesday. There's so much truth. Like, it feels like all of you are just seeing everything from so many angles. That's what it feels like. So many angles, but like it comes all to this like one-pointedness, and this one-pointedness is truth, reality, perspective. And this is bringing balance. This is bringing justice into our society. This is bringing positivity. It almost feels like there's this movement of the people that's coming into the forefront and starting to evolve. You know, it's the foundation of it is starting to come up. People are not going to be afraid to speak up. So you might notice that there might be a little bit of clashing energy on the internet. That's the low vibrational version of that. But there's also going to be people who have accessed truth within themselves on a whole new level, and their ability to share it clearly feels really great on Wednesday, July 31st. Also, this is emerging new friendships. I'm feeling new friendships coming in on Wednesday. And having this inner clarity. Let me go ahead and it's funny, like when I first tuned into Wednesday, it felt like it was going to be something else. And then it was this. And that is a lot of like what Wednesday is going to feel like. You might feel like, oh, this is how my day is going to be. Wait, nope, this is how my day is. Oh, this is where my life is going. This is the direction it's all heading towards. I thought it was going this way, but it's going that way. So I was feeling that right when I first initially opened up the energy for Wednesday. But it does end up feeling like it gets really grounded and implemented by the end of the day. So that feels cool. You guys also might be trying something new on Wednesday, and it's like, well, this is what I think it's going to be. Wait, nope, this is what it is. Okay, this makes sense. All right, I'm going to go ahead and tune into the energy of Thursday, August 1st. Can you believe it? That's insane. I'm going to put the cards away because that's what they told me to do. So let me go ahead and tune into August 1st, Thursday. Okay, so I'm seeing this lady that has this huge nose with a mole, and she's wearing a black dress, and she's like, come hither. And I'm like, I don't like you. I don't really want to come hither. She was like, no, come this way. I have an apple. I'm like, okay, I'm not Snow White. What's going on? So it feels like there's a possibility that there might be some parts of our life where it looks enticing to go a certain direction, but we know that direction no longer works. but there might be temptations to go in that direction. I'm getting Thursday, just stay the course. Stay still. If you are getting confused, stay still. This is a redirect. Are you going to take the bait? Are you going to take the bait of the apple? Or are you going to stand strong in who you are becoming, the new you, your integrity, your connection to God, not falling for past ego motivations? Are you going to fall for it? It also feels like some people might be influenced by other people in their lives that this is the right thing to do, when in essence they feel deep in their gut. They know better. They know that it's not going to go well. It feels like the world is kind of splitting into two. It feels like people who are really focused on kind of like, this is how it is. This is how it's always been. And this always works. So we're going to do this, this, and this. Or I have an education. I understand that this is how it operates. So this is the X, Y, and you need to do X, Y, and Z. And it's like, okay, that's great, but this is also part of an old system, and it's also tied into a lot of ego and a lot of overthinking and stress. Like, are you going to go this direction? Or are you going to go into, I'm following my gut. Some of this feels very irrational, but it feels true. It feels honest. And even if there's no ground to stand on, I'm still going to do it anyway, because I feel deep in my heart that this is the right thing to do. It feels like the collective is splitting on perspectives. And it might be easy to accidentally go into the thinking arena, the kind of like the ego-driven arena, because we were told for so long that's the right thing to do. But as long as you're, if you teeter to the side a little bit, it's all good. Like, just come back. just come to this side. You're good. Like, this is where the magic happens. This is where the magic happens. So Thursday feels like there might be a little bit of a tug of war of like, okay, what are my views? How am I going to lead my life? Am I going to do it from the ego perspective, or am I going to do it from the heart perspective? All right, let's go ahead and go into Friday here. Friday, August 2nd. I got don't worry, be happy now. Ooh, 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 ooh. And then I'm seeing a bear, like, walking, like a cartoon bear, and he has a towel, and he's like, water. I'm picking up, even though there's all this crud monkey stuff happening in the world, that everything is going to be okay. And you can feel it. You're feeling good. You're wanting to just relax and chill and bask and kind of get back to simplicity. What are we not aware of about Friday? Actually, that's the advice too. If you're not doing that, highly recommend pulling out of whatever you're doing and just get back to simplicity. A lot of you might feel like you are wanting to minimalize. You might feel like you're getting rid of things, or you're getting rid of a perspective. But the opposite of that's happening on the ego side of things is there are a few people that are feeling kind of like stuck, like they need to save money, feeling like they have no direction in life. They don't know what to do next. So they're kind of feeling stale, feeling stressed, feeling like they might have to do more, but they just don't have the energy to do more. They just want to have fun. So the way to get out of that is to go out and have fun and do the simple things. Bring the simple pleasures into your life, whether that's going out in nature, going to a swimming hole, hanging out with friends, like break up the energy. There feels like there's a lot of potential for stress on Friday, but you do have the power to reverse that if that's you. If you do that, if you go out and you have fun, you have a good time, or you go out in nature, many of you are going to have huge intuitive downloads, major clarity, major understanding of what direction to take. There is a formation happening in this day on Friday, where it's all coming together. It might just drop into your consciousness in a moment, or the beginning of it begins to drop into your consciousness in a moment. But I'm also seeing a lot of creative energy happening just from pulling out of the stress of things. I know who I am, I know who I stand, what I stand for. So a lot of you feel like you are now coming towards relationships in a new direction. And I said this last week too, but the solidification of I know what this is, I know who I am, I know what I'm looking for, I know how I'm showing up in relationships. This feels like it's solidifying on Friday. Cool beans. All right. Okay, you know what? I just want to say this. I love being myself. I'm such a goof. Like, deep down inside, I'm the biggest goofy person. And I enjoy goofing around as I'm channeling because it helps me to access more information. And you just remember that. If you're an intuitive and you're watching this, the more you are yourself, the more information you'll receive. Don't worry about what it looks like. Just have a good time. Do your thing, boo-boo. All right, we're on Saturday. Saturday, August 3rd. Ooh. You know, I know there's like a lot of spiritual things that people talk about, 8-8 portal and all that stuff, and all the portals and all the things. I'm just going to be real with you. I feel like August 3rd is probably one of the most powerful days I've ever felt this year. I don't know what the astrology is that day, but there is an opening, there is an activation. A lot of frequencies are coming in that day. It's interesting because the day before that, there was a solidification in things, and it was like just starting to ground. And then Saturday just feels like, here's more information. Here's more frequency. Here's more downloads. And you're like, whoa, I don't even know what this is. And so I highly recommend that when you are doing intuitive work, to tune into the energies each day and see how they feel. Because as I'm reading this, what I'm going to do on August 3rd, Saturday, I'm going to get my notebook. I'm going to go out in nature. I'm going to channel. I'm going to receive transmissions. I'm not going to wait for the 8-8 portal. I'm going to do it when I feel it. This is a very impactful day. There's a lot of opportunity to receive tremendous messages from God that put a whole new perspective into your consciousness, into your physical body. This is a beautiful day to do very deep, intentional spiritual work. Okay. Let's go ahead and go into August 4th, Sunday. I got trust and be the beer. Now they're just being funny. What does being the beer mean? If you feel like you have too many burdens, if you feel like you're being weighed down, know that being is enough. Being the beer allows you to receive exactly what you need to create balance. If you feel overburdened, it's a sign that it's an idea of yours. And what it's asking for us to do is to receive our ideas from our intuition, from God. And that any ideas that come from a lower frequency, which meaning like the mind, the ego, another person, you're going to notice that those energies are going to weigh us down. There's almost like no tolerance for stress happening. There's no tolerance for being in a situation we know that's out of alignment. And there is no tolerance for authenticity, lack of authenticity, I mean. It's like the more that you exude self-love, the more you allow the light of God to come in, and the God ideas come through, and you act on those. That's what we're being asked to do on Sunday. Be the beer. Be the beer. What are we not aware of? Woo! I'm just going to take this one because I felt right. Gosh, you know what? I just got this image of like all of the crap in our society is just like coming out of our pores. Like I was just seeing like almost like the world as a face, and like all this stuff was just coming out, like detoxing out of the face, which sounds kind of gross, but that's what I got. And it's like everything is being revealed. Like someone could be giving a speech and, you know, won't know like something might be on their face, and everyone's just like looking at them like, ooh, that's not a good look. That's what the world feels like on Sunday. That's not a good look. And everyone's seeing kind of like everything being exposed. There is an exposure happening. But what's interesting, it's not only the actions that people in our society are doing that's creating that awareness. Once again, if you remember from the beginning of the week, we were having these downloads. You know, that's it, and it's bringing in the light of truth. So not only are these people's actions being exposed, but there's this new awareness collectively that's looking at it like, whoa. No one, like, I'm getting the message, like, don't think we're stupid. Please don't think we're stupid, because we're not. There's like a whole new perspective that's being gained, and we're seeing the deception on a whole other level. I'm like, fudge crackers. Okay, any advice? It's going to be a big tower moment in the collective, and also a big tower moment for society. It also might run into Monday, because some people are like, I don't want to deal with this. I'm just going to deal with it tomorrow. I don't know what this is. It feels very vague, but it also feels like everything is being revealed. We're getting asked to be okay with not being in our comfort zone. And a lot of the reasons why we're being asked to do that is our world is changing. So if our world is changing, but we are like, I feel safe here, I'm just gonna do this. It's like, it's going this way. So it's important to step into your intuitive channel and ask, hey, what does my life look like with these ever-changing energies? What should I focus on? Everyone's gonna get a different answer. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, let me go ahead and go into the Akashic Records rant. This is going to be... I've been receiving a lot of messages in the Akashic Records focused on God. And it's gotten louder and louder. And the messages I've been receiving is every action that you take, every word you say, every thought you have, every piece of food you consume, every activity, it feels like it must be at its highest state. And that highest state is remaining in the energy of white light frequency, God. All of your intentions are in that energy. When they're in that energy, there's something that's unfolding, that's opening up for us, that isn't being revealed right now. But you can feel it. And you can tell when your intentions waver out of that. There's a feeling to it. It's almost like impossible, or not impossible, but very hard to do it any other way. And the world will reflect to you how well you're doing with this. We're getting less wiggle room. Enjoy the aspect of love, joy, fun, acceptance. What are you doing right now in your life that's opening you up to that energy? What are you doing in your life that's holding you away from that energy? But like I was saying, your surroundings are going to let you know if you're doing it or not. Like, are the people that are showing up in your friend circle, are they of highest integrity? Are your relationships that are showing up, are they in the highest integrity? Are the people that are showing up in your business of the highest integrity? Are people leaving your business? Like, pay attention. It's all about paying attention to what is happening right now around you. It's your measuring point to let you know if you're doing an action that's seated in God versus an action that is seated in ego. There is very little wiggle room. We used to have so much more wiggle room with this. Like, you could just screw up for a year. And you're like, oh, oops. Wow, what a trip. Now it's like you can only screw up for 5 minutes. And it's like, whoops. Okay, I got the memo. All right, guys, have a fabulous week. I love you so much. And I will see you next week. Bye.